Hey guys, my name is Jasmine and today we're going to be making pop art. To get started, you need paper, a Sharpie, graphite pencil, which is also your drawing pencil, an eraser, crayons, and color pencils. So before we really get started, let's talk about pop art. What is pop art? Pop art is also known as popular art, and it shows things that are popular. So things that might be maybe a cartoon, something that you like to watch, a character from something you like to watch, a famous person, maybe soup, like Campbell's soup. That's how the pop artist Andy Warhol did. He drew or made pictures of Campbell's soup, like tomato soup. So for this piece, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be drawing a phone. An iPhone, in fact, because a lot of people know what an iPhone is. iPhones are very popular. So that's what I'm going to be drawing. And a lot of things that are referenced to in pop art include things like bold colors or bold lines, and I'll be showing you guys what that looks like as well. So to get started, I'm going to draw outline of the phone. An iPhone, most phones are basically just rectangles, and you can do whatever you want to do, whatever you think is popular in your life or in the world. If you want to draw a hamburger, you can draw a hamburger, but we're also going to keep it pretty simple. A lot of things in pop art are pretty simple. They're simply drawn. You don't have to have a bunch of detail. But once again, everything's pretty bold. So I'm trying to draw my lines pretty thick here. That's the outline of my phone. And for my colors, I'm going to do it with crayons because crayons are pretty bold. So I'm going to start with the crayon, and then I might go in with colored pencils if I want it to be more bold, if I want it to be more bright. So, and another thing about pop art before I start coloring this, another thing is it doesn't have to be actual colors. You can kind of change the color. You can make it kind of look like alien-ish if you want it to be more fun. Because that's a lot about what pop art is too. Pop art is a lot about fun. So here in my coloring, I'm going in pretty hard because I want the color to be bold. If I did it light, like this, it's not as bold as it is if I press down harder on my crayon. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to press down pretty hard. I'm not pressing down too hard to where it'll break my crayon, because I don't want that to happen. Andy Warhol, once again, who is a popular, well-known pop artist. He also did things, he made art of celebrities, of food. Once again, if you want to do food, you can do food. You can draw that hamburger if you want to draw that hamburger. Do whatever you want to do. Just keep it simple. You don't have to draw a bunch of details. Like if you were to draw a tree, you don't have to draw the tree leaves or anything. You just do basically like a big puff on top of a tree trunk. You don't have to be really detailed and do everything small. So I think my outline, it's pretty bold. This space right here is pretty bold. I'm not going to go back in with color pencils, but am gonna go in with colors that I think would look good with this reddish color. So I did yellow here. I'm gonna do blue here, because these are all colors that differ a lot from one another, excuse me. So I'm also gonna do my background after I get done with this part. And for my background, to keep it bold, I'm not gonna go in with the red or pink or an orange, because that's really similar to this. And with it being pop art, I want it to be different. I want all the colors to really stand out from one another. But I might do purple. Purple or green might look pretty good. Or maybe both. And I'm gonna go back in with my Sharpie. I'm gonna go back over some of these lines, make them a little bit more bold. Still gonna keep them pretty separate though. I like that white space. I don't want to make all of this black. I could if I wanted to, it would still look pretty pop arty, but I'm not going to. Same thing on this side. And if for some reason you don't want to do this with the Sharpie, you can also use your graphite pencil, your drawing pencil, to do your bold lines, or you can sketch it out with your pencil first and then go back and go over your lines with your Sharpie. However you want to do it. I'm gonna make my outside lines a little bit more bold. All the way around this phone. And there we have the bold outline. So for my background, like I said earlier, I think I'm going to go in with the green and a purple, and I'm going to do pretty much a solid color. I'm not going to go into patterns. Pop art doesn't have a lot of patterns, so that's why I'm not gonna make my background really patterny. If I wanted to, one technique that was popular in pop art, which actually I think I will do it anyways to show you guys, was the pattern of circles. So they're like polka dots, but it's all very organized. They're not just placed anywhere. They're basically in a line. Circles in a line. So something like that. And I'm going to go back in, I'm going to color all of these in. I'm going to have one line of green. And one last line of purple. If you want to do just a solid color background, you can do just a solid color background. It's also very well known in pop art. And just like with the phone itself, I'm going to keep this background bold. So I'm pressing down pretty hard with my crayon. But again, not hard enough to break it. I stabbed you on my crayon, it broke. It's not great. Don't do that. But I'm going to keep using it because it is usable. It makes it slightly harder for myself. That's our green. And then just like with the outline of our phone, I'm going to go back in with the Sharpie. And I'm gonna go around each polka dot.
Make it stand out a little bit. Make it bold, because that's what pop art is about.
And there is our pop art. So once again, pop art is all about things that are popular in our world, like iPhones are popular in our world, foods popular in the world like apples, bananas, whatever you can really think of. Another thing that is well known about pop art is how bold it is. So that includes the bright colors like how are used here, and like bold outlines like how I use the Sharpie to outline both the background and the phone itself. And you can make multiple pieces of this if you want. You can make a phone, you can make different foods, whatever you like, whatever is popular in your world. And I hope you make more. And thanks for creating, and I'll see you next time. Bye.